Welcome back to Brewmatures. Mary's back with me today, and we've got O'Connors Brewing's Norfolk Canyon Pale Ale. All right, Mary, so today we've got O'Connors Brewing Company. Anything you want to say about the bottle?
What is that, a marlin?
Or a swordfish, yeah. They're two animals that look very similar. They both have that long sword nose. This is another beer I got from a craft beer club subscription that I was gifted during the holidays. And it comes with a nice little pamphlet talking about the brewery. So they're in Norfolk, Virginia. Seems like they were established in 2010, so relatively new. This is their Norfolk Canyon American Pale Ale, 5.5% ABV. Named after the offshore fishing grounds located 60 miles off the coast of Virginia, Norfolk Canyon Pale Ale is a medium-bodied American pale ale with a biscuity malt palate and a pleasant hop finish. A fan favorite brew at O'Connors Brewing is dry hop to give it an extra fresh kick of hop flavor and aroma. How do you feel about pale ales? Do you remember the last time you've had a pale ale?
What's the difference between an IPA and a pale ale?
Who's really to say?
Oh.
This is an American pale ale, and the other ones are India pale ales. I want to say, in my experience, India pale ales usually are more bitter, and I don't know why. Because this also has hops in it, and it's been dry hopped. So maybe it's just the type of hops, or there's some brewing process that I'm just not familiar with.
When I first started drinking beer, I would always look for the word pale, or blonde, or light. So
Bud Light.
It says, we've got a finite amount of time on this earth, so drink great beer and recycle this bottle.
I'm excited to get to it, so that's enough talking about it. Let's get to drinking about it. All right, without further ado, let's pop the cap off this thing.
Let's pop a cap.
I will say I do like a brewing company that puts their logo or something on the bottle cap rather than leaving it blank.
Why?
Well, it's kind of like a free souvenir if you don't want to keep the bottle. Go into the nose. There's like a sweet maltiness to the nose, I would say.
It smells like clean hand soap.
I can't get that out of my head. But yeah, it kind of smells like you would expect an IPA to smell. But maybe I would say a little lighter, a little less on the hoppy aroma. More on the malty side of things.
Yes, I agree with that very last statement you just said. I don't think that if I smelled this, I would not think, oh yeah, IPA. Yeah, this smells like clean hand soap to me.
Well, let's hope it doesn't taste like clean hand soap.
Definitely will.
Yeah, okay, so definitely more malty than a regular IPA. This is an American Pale Ale, so it's a little more malty, a little more bready. Definitely lighter, less bitter. At the end though, I do get the hop flavor, a little bit of the bitterness across my tongue, but not as much as you would get on a West Coast IPA or a regular IPA.
Yeah, this reminds me of when I used to get in trouble and my mom would put hand soap in my mouth.
Oh, so just really bad. That in
a way,
it makes sense because soap is a basic solution, which basic solutions taste bitter.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. I am probably not a fan of this type of beer.
I would agree. It's not my go-to. These style beers are not something that I regularly order, but it is nice to change it up every once in a while and try something that's out of your comfort zone, out of your wheelhouse, you know. And on this channel, we're trying to review every beer. So, you know.
Around the world?
One sip at a time. Light enough where if you wanted to have a few, you could. Mm-hmm. Some IPAs, as we know, get up there into 7%, 8%. At that point, you know, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah. I think that this is a good light beer for this style. Like I just said, I don't think that I'm probably not a fan of this style beer, and I don't like it.
This style of beer with a lot of IPAs is what I use as like a starter, actually. I'll get started with an IPA, and that's kind of why we're starting with this today.
Yeah.
Is that the right thing to do as far as beer tasting wise? Who's to say? But it's one I like to get started with. This is my last bottle of the 4 I got in the beer box, and the other 3 I enjoyed them. It's enjoyable, but it's not one that I need 3 or 4 of in an evening necessarily.
Right. Yeah. It has such a strong taste of. I hate to keep saying.
You're getting that
soap,
bitterness, but yeah, it's bringing you back to soap. But that's okay. I mean, that's not. It's just not for you at that point.
Yeah. But I do have to say, I think that this is a good beer for the style, because I've had other pale ales like this, and I mean, they do taste like this. So I'm assuming that if they all taste like this or around like this, then they're good. They have to be good.
Or just everyone sucks at brewing American pale ales. But yeah, it's a tasty beer, and something I'm glad that I got to try.
Yeah.
Once again, this is from Virginia, so it's not a beer that we would have regularly around here.
Good.
So that in that way, some beer delivery services or subscriptions are cool.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Let's sip on it a little while longer, and then we can come back with our ratings.
Okay.
All right, we're back. It's time for our ratings. Do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. Like I said, enjoyable, crisp, clean, refreshing. I am going to give this I'm going to give it a 3. It's enjoyable, not my favorite, but if you like American Pale Ales, I think this is definitely something that you should check out.
I think I'm starting to get a little bit of a hoppiness to it.
It's definitely there at the finish.
Yeah. I don't hate this beer. I'm not the right person to be drinking a pale ale because it's not my style.
Right.
I don't think it's horrible, and I understand how people would like it. It's not the worst. I'm not gonna spend money on it. I think I'll give it like a 3. A 3. Would you give it a 3?
I gave it a 3.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 3. It's a little above average because it's tasty. It's good. It's not horrible. I don't want to throw it out. It's just
but I mean, that being said, it takes a lot for me to want to throw a beer out, so
it's not bad.
Not bad at all. And that pretty much sums up this beer. It's not bad, not bad at all. That does it for today's beer review. We hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe, and until next time, we're the Brewmatures, trying every beer from around the world. One sip at a time. The comments can fact check me if anyone's out there. Somebody talk to me.